Hi, my name's Cameron Carlson with AnimeOnLocation.tv. I'm here at Ohayocon 2018 with my good pal, Mr. Brad Swaile, who's playing today, Mr. Kirby Maru.
Yes, I'm filling in for Kirby for the weekend. He had an engagement that came up, so here I am. Canadian content, check.
Well, we love having you, buddy. Thanks for coming out.
I'm happy to be here, always, yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah, and again, it has been a while. Last time we got to chat was at Ohayocon 2015. How have you been since then?
Been good. Busy, but good, yeah, can't complain. Still alive and kicking, so yeah, doing something right.
Alrighty. Now, I'm a huge nerd.
Me too. We have that in common. All right.
And I'm a huge Gundam Wing fan. And I decided to buy the ultra glossy special limited edition box set from Right Stuff this past December.
Okay.
So I loved it. I watched it all in 1 week.
Boy, that's the way to do it. Binge.
And the movie.
Binge.
So what's it like knowing that you have so many dedicated fans that are now willing to spend quite a bit and rewatch that series after 20 plus years of it being off the air and its original broadcasting of 1995, and you got to play Katra, which was he's a wonderful character, and you bring a lot of life and character to him as well, especially that emotional scene where he just goes off the deep end.
Yeah.
So what was it like 20 years ago and then now seeing it 20 years later?
Pretty cool. So Gundam Wing was one of my first animes, and it was definitely the first Gundam series that I got to work on, and it was one of those shows that I've heard from a lot of people over the years that was a series that got them into watching anime.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty cool to have, even a small part in that whole phenomenon that is, Gundam now, so pretty cool.
I was going to say, what's in it, man, is awesome. It's a limited edition pin set of all 5 of you pilots, art cards, small and large.
Okay, I'm just hopping on eBay real quick.
And all the full series on Blu-ray, plus a special disc of nothing but extras, and a 180-page art book. That's all.
Come on. Yeah, see, my shopping list is growing now. Right.
It's limited edition, so I don't know how many were made.
Oh, okay, well, that's probably good.
Go talk to your buddies at Right Stuff.
Yeah. No, I have to buy all of my swag just like everybody else. I don't get any special favors in that department, unfortunately.
Nozomi, give it to him. Alrighty, since last time we got to talk, you mentioned that you were actually in a big screen movie. So what movie was that, and how did it go?
Jeez, that was a while ago. Okay, yeah, so I had to keep, my mouth shut about this movie for a long time, and it was a movie called Ratchet and Clank, which,
Really?
yeah, so kind of cool how that turned out, because when PlayStation was becoming popular, Ratchet and Clank was very popular, and I had a roommate at the time who was right into that game, so I played it a little bit. I was busy playing, NHL 2000 whatever, and, Bust a Move, and, things like that, and, Metal Gear Solid and whatnot, but I played a bit of Ratchet and Clank. Then I had an opportunity to audition for the Ratchet and Clank movie, and I was cast as the understudy or stand-in for Ratchet. So that was a really cool experience for me being an art guy, because I got to see a lot of the animatics.
Yeah.
And they basically hired me to record the movie while they were working on edits and all that kind of stuff, so they didn't have to tie up the LA voice actors with that. So I got to do my best, Ratchet impression, and then I read for a handful of characters in that, and one of the characters they liked what I did, so they basically gave me the role. So I played Ollie, who's essentially like a weird, crazy little super fan in it, and it was just it was a fun experience.
Awesome, man. I hope more fans will know about that and check that out for you. So, again, we were talking about art, and a lot of people don't know this, that you're a graphic designer. How is it working on some projects, and maybe sometimes those tying into your anime projects?
Well, the graphic design and production that I do for my regular job is all fairly sports related. Which is right up my alley, so that's fine. But definitely having, an art background and a guy that's drawn my whole life, it's really great for me to come to events like this, especially at, autograph sessions and things, when kids will bring their sketchbooks out and ask me to autograph them, and I'll snatch them and start flipping through. And I mean, they're so much like me, where if I bring out my sketchbook, I don't want anybody just thumbing through it, right? So I can't help it. I love looking at art, and I like to doodle as well, so, it's a good opportunity. I have, a million different Sharpies that I bring with me just so that I'm prepared for whatever I need to do.
Do you doodle for autographs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes without permission. Yeah. I asked you to sign it while you're drawing all over it. I don't know. That's what I do.
Alrighty. So since last time we got to talk, Mega Man has now been having a nice resurgence. Everybody's been loving it, and now there's rumors / confirmation of a number 11 now coming out. Do we have a chance to potentially hear the famous Blue Bomber return and reprise his role?
You know, I would love to work on Mega Man again. Now, NT Warrior was the series that I worked on, and at the time it was airing on Kids WB. And there was a bunch of episodes, so we were recording that for quite a while, and then we stopped. Yeah, and then I got a call at some point saying, hey, we're going to record some more episodes. Are you interested? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So I think we recorded maybe 4 more episodes, and then it stopped again, and I was sad once more. So I keep getting teased with a little bit of Mega Man, and then just having it taken away from me. But yeah, if I had an opportunity, I would jump at the chance.
I mean, I like it, so let's see if we can get it, right?
Yeah, jack in.
All right. So going back to your early days of voice acting, going back to the My Little Pony timeline.
Very early days, okay, yeah.
So the movie has just come out. It's a big screen television and movie and everything just came out on the silver screen and stuff like that. Do you hope maybe one day that you can go back and reprise any roles that they'll put into the continuity of the new stuff?
I would absolutely love that. My Little Pony was the very first cartoon series that I auditioned for and the first role that I got. And I played a character named Ace, who was kind of a badass pony. As far as like ponies go in the pony world, he was kind of, you know, a mean pony, I suppose. So yeah, if he had an opportunity to show up in the new pony world, I'd be all over it. Now, unfortunately, I heard that there is a pony that showed up in that world who was nicknamed Ace. So I was trying to figure out, like, is this an older version of Ace? He looked a little bit different. Right. And of course, you know, the true tell is the cutie mark. Right. And the only image that I could find of this, you know, Ace pony was he was wearing shorts. So it's just a mystery to me. So yeah. I think they're, you know, purposely trying to trick me. I don't know. But I did, when I found out that was happening, I actually went as Ace for Halloween that year. Yeah, made a costume and everything. Yeah. I want to be a pony. Who doesn't want to be a pony? All right, so
we're gonna like have a little fun here with you. That you like sports, as we discussed, and you are a big hockey guy. Because you're Canadian, as always.
I have to be. Yeah, I have to be. It's in the blood. Yeah.
So we have a local team here in Columbus called the Columbus Blue Jackets. And the last time you went, the home team got a snapping losing streak thanks to you. And do you hope to potentially reprise your role of snapping winning streaks by going to Tuesday's game this week?
I'm not. Unfortunately, I can't stick around that long. But yeah, if I had an opportunity, I would jump at that too. I've actually been kind of accidental luck charm in a few different cities. Detroit was one that there's a convention I went to quite a bit in Detroit, and it seemed like the Red Wings were always playing. They always had a home game, so I kept going to those games, and they always won. And that one of those years, I went to a game. It started like a record-breaking winning streak for them, and then it seemed fitting that the team that broke their record-breaking winning streak was my Vancouver Canucks. That was back when we had a much better team.
Yeah.
This is going to be we're kind of in a transition right now, so still fun to watch, but yeah, a little more difficult to watch my home team. So I'm focusing more on my own hockey team and our winning streak. So.
All right. So, are there any upcoming projects you want fans to know about at this time that aren't behind the pesky NDA wall?
Yeah. Yes, there are some things, and I'm not allowed to talk about any of them. But yeah, no, I have a few things that have kind of shown up in the last few months, and I'm pretty excited. But that's really all I can say. You know, in 3 years, maybe we'll be able to talk about it. I mean, that Ratchet and Clank thing, I had to keep my mouth shut for years because it was early production when I was working on it. And, you know, those things take time, so I couldn't tell anybody.
Yeah. Alrighty, now, again, I know you have a wonderful social media that people can follow you on. What is it? And a final message for all your wonderful fans out there.
All right. The message for my wonderful fans is I'm sorry that I'm not on social media.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I'm the one guy that's still like boycotting Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I prefer this type of interaction.
I like it too.
Yeah. Now, for me too, like my regular job has me on a computer at all hours of the day, so the last thing I want to do when I come back home is have to hop on the computer again. So I prefer to, when I can fit it in, come to something like this and chat face to face.
So, like, of the fans that are going to watch, like, what message would you love to give out to all of them?
It's just a message of thanks, I suppose. For me, being a Vancouver kid who, has a baby toe in the voice acting world, it's really nice to have the support that I get at events like this and just generally with my career, because there are a lot of times in this industry where you feel like you're not really getting to where you feel you'd like to be. And so, especially with me having, a full-time regular job as well, sometimes you get a bit down on yourself and think, well, maybe I should just, kind of pack it in and focus on something else. And the support that I get at events like these and just in general really gives me the power and the strength to keep persevering and keep pressing to stay in this business, because it's something that I love. I love every aspect of it. On the voice side of things, I love auditioning, really love working, and then it's a real treat to be able to come to an event like this and talk about shows that you record in a bubble essentially, and then they're put out in the world and you don't really know what the response is. Well, this is a great way to get kind of a gauge of how popular shows become and just talk about projects that we're all very passionate about. So thank you. I mean, I don't know how to thank you enough. You guys are amazing and have always been nothing but kind to me, so thank you.
Hey, you know what, Brad? I love talking to you, my friend. Thank you so much for coming out again. Thank you so much.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you.